Game, we were just completely out of it, so that's on us. Same thing happened after the last break, and it's on us. So we got to figure it out.
It's 4-5 now. I mean, you need to be a little bit careful about the losses mounting and just trying to get back onto that winning track.
100%. Yeah, we gotta find a way to nip it in the butt here right away. We can't go on a slide like we did after the last break. We're certainly not good enough tonight. And the positive side is we get to have a few days of practice here, review it, look over it, and see where we went wrong, and forget about it and move on to the next game. These are huge points coming up, so don't want to forget about it. You want to learn from it, obviously, but we got to move on at some point. Thanks.
In the end, it's just kind of not bearing down on our chances. We're still getting a lot of chances. We're even getting those second, third opportunities, but right now there's not going in. But I mean, our group in here knows that we can score. I mean, we've shown that all year to this point, so we can't get frustrated with it. We just got to keep working and it'll come.
Specifically on the power play now for the last 4 games, kind of one of the worst droughts you've had all season long, and not creating as much even good chances on the power play. What's kind of gone dry there?
Well, I don't know if it's just we're not winning enough battles or we're not getting in clean enough, but I mean, kind of power play kind of feeds the rest of 5-on-5 game too. So if we're not scoring, if we're not getting momentum for our team on the power play, it can translate to 5-on-5. So we all know that we need to be better out there.
And just frustration for you, the late tilt. What kind of drew that happening?
Yeah, it's just a little bit of frustration, I guess, but just kind of talked going back into the zone, and just something that happened.
Sense of frustration for this group offensively now, going into the break and then coming out. You guys just can't seem to bury anything.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you look at the 3 games going into the All-Star break, we scored 15 goals in 3 games, and since then I think we've only scored 4. So I think counting on the same guys night in, night out to score for us. So I think, we need more guys, especially myself, to step up and contribute a lot more as far as the scoring goes. I mean, you look at the Minnesotas and Chicago and Columbus and the Rangers and all those teams that are at the top of the standings. Everyone's chipping in. They're not just relying on 2-3 guys to score for them night in and night out. So we need more guys to step up and chip in with some goals. And sometimes less is more. You just got to keep it simple, pucks and bodies to the net, and you just up the percentages of them going in for you.
You personally, you've always been a guy who's produced well at 5-on-5, and this year those numbers are down significantly for you. When you just look at your 5-on-5 game, where are you not liking about your game 5-on-5?
Just got to create more, more chances. Being better on the forecheck and also being better on the cycle and creating more. So it's a big part of it as well as bearing down. I mean. If you look at my shooting percentage in the past compared to this year, it's that part is way down as well. So just gotta, find a way to break out of the slump. I mean, only I think 1 goal and 2 assists since the Christmas break, so not good enough. And I've always been my toughest critic, so I know I'm gonna break out of this and just gotta stay positive and get better, like you said, 5-on-5.
I think we played really good. Now we have few days off, so we're gonna make sure the body will rest, and just be ready for when we get back.
Is it almost that double-edged sword? You'd love the rest, but at the same time, all of a sudden your hockey just seems to be trending in the right direction and going in on a 5-game winning streak.
What's that? I don't know.
Tough to stop the momentum.
Oh yeah, I think now each line, we have 4 lines. They can score. They play the best hockey right now. So like I said, a few days coming up. So got to use them in our advantage and be ready when we get back.
Seems like as an individual, your goals come in spurts. Is there something behind that where you score, you just get confidence, keep going?
Spurs? What's that mean?
Like when you score one, you score another one right after.
Yeah, obviously, if you get a goal, your confidence it's a little bit higher, and just I kind of learn in this league, when you are hot, you just have to keep doing as long as it goes, because if you get a cold streak, it can go for a while, and that's what happened to me in the beginning of the season, and now I think. We're playing pretty good with our line, so we're keeping the puck of our stick. So that's why we have a success.
Thank you. A little bit as a team.
Well, I think so for sure. That it seemed like we got better and better over the last 5 games, and it's a lot more of the team game that we're going to need going forward. And I think we're starting to show some of our potential.
Is there a danger of losing momentum with this break coming up, or do you just expect to roll on?
Well, I think we're going to use the break to try to use it to our advantage, and to try to use it to rest up and feel as good as we can coming back, and then just try to carry on the momentum. But I think at the end of the day, it was it's been a good stretch of games here lately that. Where we have all 4 lines and all the defensemen and the goalies playing great too. So it's just something that we know going forward we can keep in our heads that of what we can do.
Yeah, I mean, we've been playing some good hockey. I thought the guys played great tonight. They're a super talented team, a lot of skill, and they came out flying, and we weathered the storm, and then took over the game, had some great goals, some great plays, and then, 200-foot hockey to help give me an easier night.
Doesn't the team want to keep playing when they're on a roll like this? Can you postpone the bye week?
Yeah, it's not that long, so we'll be back pretty quick. All the guys on the team have been playing a lot of hockey this year. The schedule's been pretty harsh on us, harsh on our bodies, so everyone's looking forward to getting a couple days to kick your feet up.
You look pretty comfortable there after that first goal. Did you feel pretty good after that?
Yeah, I felt good right away. It was a great play by them. Bing bang goal, great shot, posted in. So you can't really hang your head too much after those. Just keep going, and it's all about the next shot.
It's important for you to get started here before this break. Is it another week without playing?
Yeah, it feels like it's been forever since I played last time with all the little breaks we've had since then. And
Work boots were on, but what do you think happened after that?
Well, there's going to be a lot of talk about the break and what it did and didn't do to our team, and one thing we anticipate a little bit of rust as far as passing goes and maybe timing, and maybe finding our legs. And I think that existed a little bit in the game, but that doesn't account for structure or systematic play. That didn't change over the break, and it certainly doesn't account for blue paint play or paint in and around our net and their net. They were certainly much, much hungrier than we were in that area. And I don't know where the emotional part of it comes into. And disappointed in the loss and the power play, penalty kill, all that type of stuff. But disappointed in the emotional level of our team. And do we chalk that up to the break and not understanding how hard it was to play again and how much emotion you have to have, or were we just not in it? I guess we'll never know, but it's something we need to fix.
Team seems to play better when you're playing every second day, and where you should be tired and you're sucking it up and keep winning the games and stuff, and then you lost one.
I think you're in it. You're in it. You're emotional. You never get out of it. You're charged up because you won. You're charged up because you lost. You're not planning a flight to Hawaii and then the next week you're going to Disneyland in the middle of the season. It makes no sense. And yet, with that being said, there's 29 other teams that are going to go through it, and there's going to be some teams that do a really good job of managing it and some other teams that don't. And we have to get going again so that we're not one of the teams that don't.
Todd, you went into the All-Star break, you had 15 goals in 3 games. You come out now, you've had 4 in 5 games. I don't think there's a big switch suddenly, but what have you not seen from your offensive guys in the last 5 games?
Well, power play's been, in my opinion, nowhere near where it needs to be. The execution and the intensity there, we may have to shuffle some things around. And then our net play, like a number of times we shot the puck from the blue line today and there was nobody around it, nobody near it. The lack of intensity there, you just have to look at the goals they scored. And if you're in a slump or you're not scoring, just pull up those highlights. Get to the paint, walk away. Good things will happen. Thanks.
Yeah, I liked their trip. It was very positive. Even in the first game in San Jose, I thought we did a lot of good things, but the consistency, and it's probably the best 4-line rotation we've had in any stretch all year long. And Johnny's line was dangerous. Kaner and the Breadman had a special game tonight. Our defense was excellent. Darrell's was great in the net. Talk about any of the last 5 games and the wins. Where it's all positive, all good situations, whether it's special teams or a big line or blocking shots or doing whatever you can in all situations was good to see. But we're definitely improving our team game, and it's tough to win 5 games in a row on the road.
Feel like you want to keep playing?
No, it's what it is. I mean, these guys came off of it, and we see them again to come out of it. So it's we'll see. I know our guys, they play a lot of hockey, and the guys went to the All-Star game as well. They're, they didn't really get much of a break, so hopefully everybody gets away and comes back refreshed and trying to recapture this feeling we got right now.
So far, teams coming out of the break have not done as well, under 500. Is there anything you can do? I know you can't practice, but anything you can do to stem that?
No, I think that whether the reward is down the road or whether it's immediate, I still think there's benefits for it, and it's tough to measure right off the bat or in just one season. So it's tough to forecast.
It's kind of like a guy who kind of gets on a roll when he scores, when it seems like comes up punches a little bit.
I thought he had a great game. He was engaged physically. He sustained a lot of pucks off the wall and. At the net, he's a big body. He's got a tremendous shot. I just think that he's really progressing and is his game, but he can be so dangerous for us. And he's that he's talked about Bickle being that power forward, and Pans has a lot of the similar compliments that Bick has, and I just think that he's improving in that consistency as defensive part of his game, and he's making that line. Schmaltzy had an outstanding game with Johnny as well. That line was excellent.
Yourself a new enforcer? How do you think he did? His first fight ever.
First ever? Really? Wow. I thought he did all right. Yeah.
Joel, even when you've been
I did
winning,
not know that.
Joel, even when you guys have been winning, the games have been close at the end more often than that. That this game was, I guess, a blowout or an easier game. What does that tell you about the team, especially at this stage of the road trip in the season?
Well, and every game we've been in, and you're right, all year long is close. It's always it's a one-goal game, tied going into the late stages of the game. Trying to get the points before, whether it's overtime or not. We've been pretty good. Had a little stretch in January that wasn't, but for the most part, we're pretty consistent that the games start beginning 10, and it's always on the line. And it was a rare game that we've had. We've been pounded here last time, got pounded in Washington a few games, but we haven't had the luxury of having a lead like that going into the third period. Maybe one other time.
Scott Darling.
Is that a step forward? I mean, do you consider?
Well, it's obviously you'd like to have leads, and you'd like to be in control of the game, but it's that's always wishful thinking, hard to do in our game.
Scott Darling had a good start to it.
Yeah, I thought he was great. Darrell's was outstanding. I thought he handled the puck well. His rebound control was outstanding. Moved the puck in nice little safe plays around his net, and a big guy, and nice taking advantage of an important game for us as well.
So your team beat 3 teams this week that had your number earlier this year. Does it say anything going into this break?
Well, it certainly helps knowing that the important game initially was, we had 2 little segments of these 3 games apiece in the 6-game trip, and coming out of that 3-gamer, going into Mini, who had our number going back 8 games, and we knew the importance of that game, and I thought we stuck with it and got a lot of energy off that win, and Winnipeg for some reason this year owned the 4 games against us, and good response last night, and then earlier we got pounded here, so it was a good response all 3 games, and certainly happy the way we're going into the break. Everybody should enjoy the break, and knowing that we put a nice standard going into it.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joel.